Beyond the veil lies the Shadowlands, where every soul has its place.
Beyond the veil lies darkness, where every soul has its place.
Well, I hope that got you guys pumped and excited for what we are about to delve into. Yes, it is finally time, everyone. It is launch day for the expansion. There's only been... Well, I'll be honest, I've only really gotten to experience this once, and that was with BFA. There's even videos up for you guys to go check it out. And it was funny. I remember I was sitting here because I wanted to experience what it was like having an expansion launch, because my characters weren't ready to do BFA content. I was still doing Legion content, but I wanted to experience what it was like for an expansion to launch. And I had used my boost on my Pandaren Monk, and so he was basically the only one that was in position at 120, or not 120, 110, to be ready to go to actually, like, you know, do the initial stuff. And I remember I was sitting here in Orgrimmar kind of waiting for the clock to hit for when it was supposed to go launch. And then, like, it seemed, I think, you guys didn't even check the video on this. It felt like it happened, like, several minutes early, where all of a sudden I was sitting here waiting, and all of a sudden Magni goes, "Champion, I need you to come to Salathus." And I was like, oh, Magni, you're kind of early. Things are a little different this time, because this time I have multiple characters now ready to go. I've actually been able to prep for this, where now I feel like I am legit ready to go like other players are. Like, this really does feel more so like, you know, like I'm about to experience an actual, like, expansion launch compared to BFA, which it didn't necessarily feel that way. Not really. It felt a little different in that regard. But this is going to be the guy that we're going to be doing a good chunk of the initial stuff on, my Death Knight here, because, you know, people keep saying, why a Death Knight? Well, because we're about to go into the Shadowlands, and we're going to be dealing with some stuff that is going to involve Bolvar, the Shattered Helm of Domination, you know, the fact that there's not a Lich King anymore right now, and stuff involving the Scourge, and this guy called the Jailer, who may have something to do with all that. So, yeah. By the way, I swapped my weapon to Shadowmourne because I thought it would be very appropriate. So, if you're curious what spec I'm going to be playing, I honestly like all three specs for Death Knight, and, you know, I'll probably kind of be going back and forth between Blood and Unholy, but I do still like Frost. But that's kind of my usual, you know, play style when it comes to Death Knights. So, it is 4:54 p.m. my local time, which, according to the counter that I saw on the website, we are 6 minutes away from the global release. I know there are plenty of other people that are getting ready. They're streaming this. They're recording this. There's plenty of people that normally I would have, gone to hang out with them in their stream or whatever, say hi, but, I'm a content creator myself. Now, word has spread about where exactly we are going to be going through to experience the first launch. From what I've heard, here in Orgrimmar, it's going to be right down there, and on the Alliance, it's going to be like right in front of the hold in Stormwind. So that's why many players are sitting right down there, because they want to be ready to go and enter the moment this pops up. What's funny is that earlier I tried to get in here and it failed to load the instance of Orgrimmar. And I was like, wait, what? And it took me a couple of tries before it actually got me in here, and then I logged my character out just right here, just to make sure I wouldn't miss out on anything. So I initially had my character at the Argent Tournament Grounds, but then when I found out it was going to be actually right here, I thought it'd be better just have him right here. So yeah, whew. Yeah, I'm excited. Compared to BFA, where I was not enthusiastic and excited because of the whole burning of Teldrassil thing that just put a terrible taste in my mouth, I was not excited about the launch of BFA. This is a whole different feeling for Shadowlands, given what we are going to be dealing with and where we're going and what I've been hearing about. And I've somewhat actually been staying a little bit resistant towards spoiling myself on some of the stuff. Like, there are videos up of many of the cutscenes and such that people have been doing, going through the expansion in the beta, kind of going through the story and such. I've actually, for the most part, have been resisting looking at those. So some of the things that some people may know, I've actually been avoiding spoiling myself. So this will be interesting. By the way, in case you're curious what Covenant this guy's going to go, we're going for the Necrolords in Maldraxxus, because it just seems to make sense to me. It has to do with stuff, from the Scourge, and, from what I've heard, we're going to be able to make our own abominations, which I have missed since we could have our own as Unholy in Legion. So, yeah. So we are all just kind of chilling here, just waiting for the countdown for it to go live. We'll see how well it does, because you never know what's going to happen when it comes to the servers for an expansion launch like this. This is a huge deal. For many people, this has been a point for people to come back. Like, many people have looked at this and they're like, this is when I'm going to be coming back. People have been like, taking breaks and such. And I understand. I had a friend last night, she was trying very hard to get a group together because she wanted to get the AOTC mount, the Voidwing from Ny'alotha, because she didn't do the BFA content. And so after we told her she had to first do the quest line to get the cloak, to make sure she didn't get mind controlled, then she was able to get a group together and able to get that mount last night. So I was really happy for her that she was able to do that. But that's just an example of many people I know that they did not really want to participate in BFA, or at least in 8.3. Numerous issues and problems that they had with it. So we are about to leave BFA behind us in the limelight, in a historical context where it's no longer going to be current content. That is officially going to be over. Now, I'm wondering, is this about to get updated here? Because there's nothing here regarding that. And I'm curious how exactly this is going to work. In case you're curious, I actually did some prepping for this. I got the bag from the rare, by the way, the 34-slot bag. I grabbed some food. I went to the auction house and I grabbed myself some food. I also grabbed some potions, some flasks. I actually have a few Scourge Stones left over. I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to actually use these going forward, but what the heck, I'll just go ahead and hold on to them for the time being. Tried to clear out my, those are the only two quests I have. They're kind of holdovers. I have this so that every time I go back to the order hall, I don't hear Khadgar go, "Champion, I've been looking everywhere for you." "Oh, the head in the crystal ball? I'm trying something new." Every time. If you don't have this quest or you don't have the Tears of Elune, that happens every time. So I was just like, I'm going to hold on to this quest until I do the Valshrock questing on this character, just so I don't have to hear Khadgar do that every time. And I have this, because that's part of the Balance of Power quest line. Serves me right for actually selling all the Blood of Sargeras that I had before, and now I regret it. I'm just like, ugh. Now, there is a quick way to get some of those. That's you need a ton of Order resources from Legion, so I'm going to have to actually go do world quests and such. Well, it's 5 o'clock, and, it's going down. The servers, I mean. The jokes and the memes. I do find myself wondering, is this going to just happen on its own? Or am I going to have to log out and log back in order for it to kind of trigger? That didn't happen with BFA. When BFA happened, I was just kind of sitting here with my Pandora, and then all of a sudden Magni popped up and was like, champion! So, I'm expecting someone here any second is going to pop up and be like, champion, we need you to, go here. Something has happened.
Death Lord, the veil between our world and the Shadowlands has been sundered. The Ebon Blade stands ready. I await you in Orgrimmar. Come, before the icy grasp of death claims all of Azeroth.
That was amazing timing. The moment I finished saying that, Mograine pops up. And here's something this is one of the big reasons why I wanted to play through this as a Death Knight. Did you notice that he just referred to me as Death Lord? That is great continuity acknowledgement that this character did the campaign in Legion. That he actually acknowledged me as the Death Lord of the Ebon Blade. Woo! Yeah! So let's see. I believe he's supposed to be right down there. There he is! Nazgrim and Mograine.
That Acheris be moved just outside Icecrown Citadel. Allow me to open a death gate for us. High Lord Bolvar Fordragon has recovered from his battle with Sylvanas Windrunner. He awaits us, along with our allies.
Oh, look at this. It updated. Shadowlands campaign. Through the Shattered Sky. 2 chapters. The time has come, Death Knight. High Lord Bolvar Fordragon requests your presence atop Icecrown Citadel. Meet me in Orgrimmar, and I will take you to him. I would not keep him waiting. Let's go! Here we go, everybody! We have officially launched Shadowlands. By the way, did you notice my XP bar came back? That means it's time to get XP back and level from 50 to 60.
Before her minions abducted key leaders, the Banshee Queen attacked Icecrown. She cut a path to the Frozen Throne and seized the Helm of Domination. Look to the sky and you will see the results of her actions. I have never beheld anything like this. But shattering the Helm also liberated Bolvar Fordragon from the burden of being the Lich King. Now he knows the same freedom we do, Death Lord. Bolvar believes he knows where the Banshee has taken those she abducted. He awaits you at the Frozen Throne. The leaders of the Alliance and Horde have gathered with him.
I love that he is calling me Death Lord. I love that. That is such a great acknowledgement that he recognized that I am playing a Death Knight. Ooh, I'm so excited!
The peace remains tenuous. These are troubled times. Our people need stability. Alliance and Horde alike. We cannot risk sending Azeroth's leaders on what might well be a suicide mission. Our friends who were abducted would offer the same counsel.
Coward! I would pay any price to see the Banshee impaled upon my glaive.
Alright, so let's take a look around. You know what I was curious about? Because, first off, hello, Bolvar. Now, as I, showed in that story, when the short story I read, We Ride Forth, it makes sense that Bolvar, he may not be the Lich King anymore, but he is still a High Lord. He was one of the High Lords of the Paladins, basically like Tyrion. So of course he would be retaining his title as High Lord, and of course he would now be a part of the Knights of the Ebon Blade. So that just makes sense to me. I was curious if this meant Darion was going to lose his title, but no. He is still a High Lord. He's just also recognized as one of the Horsemen of the Ebon Blade. I love that there's tons of Knights of the Ebon Blade here, of all different races. Because, as was pointed out, the Lich King was prepping for this by finding recruits, quote-unquote, that were part of the Fourth War in BFA. Because that's what the Horde and the Alliance basically did. The war caused Bolvar to be able to get a number of other recruits to join the Ebon Blade. For better or for worse. But, considering that he was probably anticipating something like this, he saw it more than likely as necessary. So, alright, so let's see who's here for both factions. Gazlo, Rokan, Thalisra, Lorthamar, and Kalia Menethil. For the Alliance, Mechatork, hope you're feeling better, Greymane, Illyria, Tyrande, and Muradin. It's been a while since we've seen you. Usually we've been seeing Moira, or your brother Magni, or Bronn. In fact, there is a quest I actually forgot to show you guys on camera that I'm actually going to be showing in a separate video on my Demon Hunter that I just happened to find where Magni and Bronn want to take care of something in Uldir. But that's going to be for another time. But it's just like, oh, hey, look, it's Muradin. I haven't seen you in forever. It'd be nice to actually see you get more involved. But, of course, we all remember his involvement back in Wrath, right? Pretty relevant. Also, behold, the remaining pieces of the Helm of Domination. Oh, this visual. Oh, I love Bolvar's design. I know some people have an issue with him wearing the armor, but I don't have a problem with it. I do like his weapon. I like that weapon. Bolvar?
We will face whatever comes.
It is good that you have arrived. We need heroes like you in this dire hour. When Sylvanas shattered the Helm of Domination, she was touched by the power it released. I can sense the echoes of that power, and I know where she has gone. If you wish to rescue your leaders, the Shattered Helm can open a path. It cannot bring you back, however. That you must do on your own. The risk is great, Nixuzad, but there is no other way. We will begin the ritual at once.
When the Banshee shattered the helm, it tore a gaping wound through the veil between our world and the Shadowlands. During my vigil upon the frozen throne, I caught fleeting glimpses into the realms of death. Among them, I saw a place of inescapable darkness. That is where you must go, if you are to save those Sylvanas has taken. Together, we can open the way. Place the shards of domination around the circle of runes. Then the ritual can begin.
Okay, then. I am using the shards of the helm. Whew.
When the helm rested upon my head, It took all my will to keep its insidious power in check. Many times, I nearly faltered. I could sense a dark presence at the edge of my consciousness. Not Arthas, not Ner'zhul. Something else.
Pay attention to this dialogue.
That very presence I sense lurking beyond the shattered sky above.
And that right there is Bolvar basically telling us that he could sense the jailer in the helm.
I dare not travel with you. Even free of the helm, I fear I would become bound to the will of its true master. But this threat cannot be left unchecked. Therefore you must venture where I cannot.
Of course, Bolvar.
The dangers you face will be considerable. Alone, you may well be outmatched. To aid in this task, the Knights of the Ebon Blade shall lend you their strength. Darian Mograine has volunteered to fight at your side.
The Ebon Blade does not fear death, here or in realms beyond.
I mean, this just makes perfect sense to me. Especially with me as a Death Knight. They all look to me basically as a superior. And Darian is like an equal of mine, you know? Like, he is one of the horsemen, but I'm the Death Lord, which he deemed as just as high and respectable of a title as he had. He told everyone in Akros, you will acknowledge and salute this Death Knight in the same manner that you did for me. So, I mean, we're basically like, you know, this is just awesome. I just love this. It makes so much sense, and I just absolutely love this feeling. As, you know, especially as a Death Knight, that this just makes so much sense.
Living mortals were never intended to cross beyond the veil. Where you are going, you may be unable to return. But there is no other course. Death comes to claim Azeroth. It falls to you to defend her. The time has come. Take up the Shattered Helm, and we will open the rift.
Alright, here we go.
The path opens.
Your courage will be remembered, champion. Aldiel Shalar.
Find those who were taken and bring them home.
Rescue the others. The Banshee is mine to kill.
Tyrande, don't do this!
Por Ilisar Feranol!
Tyrande?
We cannot lose you to the darkness.
New loading screen! Woo! The Maw. Yeah! I got your back, Darian.
You made it through the rift. Good. I doubt this mission could succeed without you. No sign yet of the High Priestess. Perhaps she charged ahead into the chaos. For us, there is no peace, no rest.
Not the most ideal of arrivals, but at least we are still in one piece. I have not yet I have not seen any sign of Tyrande. Either she landed elsewhere, or continued on without us. We should keep an eye out. The chaotic energies of this place have scattered the Ebon Blade. I don't think Azeroth's blessings will reach you here, Death Knight. We will need allies if we are to survive this place. We should find them quickly, before they are overcome.
We are eternal. We are unyielding.
Our knights are strong, but they don't stand much chance scattered against such an opponent. We need to thin the ranks of our foe. The Ebon Blade won't do us any good if they are cut down.
We will see it through to the bitter end.
Alright, Darian, let's go.
Fight your way out of here. We will meet you ahead.
I don't have a target.
Rally, Knights of the Ebon Blade! Sorry, I had our loot off. My bad.
Regroup with your fellow knights. We will not be far behind. We are establishing a forward position. Go. Make sure we hold it.
Alright. Sorry, I'm still having this issue where it just won't automatically track my quests. So I have to do that thing where I, shift click on each of them in order to get, to track them over here. It's annoying. And I don't know how to fix it. If any of you know, please by all means let me know.
I don't have a target. I need to get closer.
Harness your hate. Make it useful.
We've been in this place mere moments and already our forces are depleted. It will have to do. Take this horn. It can be used to call upon the remaining Ebon Blade forces to rally against your foes.
This clarion will signal the Ebon Blade to converge on your foe. Use it wisely.
Our enemy is relentless, but we will continue to drive them back. Stand vigilant, Death Knight.
The Knights of the Ebon Blade will not falter.
Up, up. Wylona?
We press on.
One of the larger fiends has several of our knights engaged. Hurry to their aid, lest we lose more of our dwindling forces. Go. It is too late for me.
Tomorrow is another day.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Now where? Ah. Huh. This is a cool little thing that I think that either they added on their own. I think they added this in the pre-patch. It's a lore book to help with the story. After learning of the abduction of several faction leaders by Sylvanas' forces, you have been summoned to the Frozen Throne to discuss a plan of action with High Lord Bolvar Fordragon. Bolvar has learned that the leaders have been taken to a prison realm in the Shadowlands called the Maw. Accompanied by Darian Mograine and the Ebon Blade, your goal was to infiltrate the Maw, locate your allies, and find a way to escape. I like how it's almost telling that as if it's in the form of a story. It's like it's retelling the story. It's like, this is what you did during this time. Alright, hold on. We gotta mount up here. I can't mount! Your mount ignores your calls within the maw. Ah! Oh, by the way... Yup. Let's take a moment to appreciate, once again, the incredibly talented art team at Blizzard. I know that there are, criticisms and such and negative things said, but one department I've thought has never, ever done a poor job is the art team. My gosh, look at this place. Awesome stuff. Now, if you're wondering what that is, I'll show you later. I will acknowledge that I actually did find out a bit about this because our guild leader had access to the beta. I did not. And she streamed this for me on our Discord. So I got to actually see her go through this. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. Thank you, Jessica. Gotta get that Shadowlands mining skill up.
I'm out of range.
Rally up ahead. Go! We have done all we can here. Let's get moving before reinforcements arrive.
Yeah. Get used to seeing some of those doomed souls. That's gonna be kind of important later. Just to emphasize what has actually been going on and behind the scenes. That seems dangerous.
All is not lost. Not yet.
I am loath to leave some of our knights behind, but it is obvious that we cannot stand against such foes. We must make sure that their sacrifices are not in vain.
Yeah. Pay attention to some of these random little souls that are running around and some of the things they say.
It appears that we have escaped our enemy's notice for the moment. We should take the opportunity to scout the nearby area for signs of our allies. We will draw less attention alone. The Ebon Blade will hold back, awaiting my signal. Come, let us see what awaits us in this hellscape.
A shadow of hope. We are vastly outnumbered. Let's try not to draw unwanted attention. Keep an eye out for clues that point to the whereabouts of our allies.
Alright. Ooh. Ooh. What is that? Ice.
Frost magic. Looks like the work of our friend, the Lord Admiral. The conflict seems to move in this direction. We should follow the trail before it grows cold.
Lol. You just couldn't help yourself, Darian. Oh my goodness. That's a big one right over there. Also, that is going to be the Gladiator mount in PvP. And that makes me sad because, oh, I want that mount so bad. And I highly doubt I'm ever going to be able to get Gladiator rank in this game. I was able to get this season mount with my Demon Hunter and BFA, but...
More of Lady Proudmoore's handiwork. It would be unwise to break the enchantment. Let's move on.
Ha ha! Darian acknowledges that you shouldn't break the polymorph. That's funny. Look at us, we're both sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Yes, let us not break the polymorph. That would be kind of unwise. Oh, hello there. He clearly did the Balance of Power questline, which I haven't finished on my paladin yet. I'm gonna try and avoid that over there.
The Lord Admiral is truly formidable. To have bested one of these monstrosities. Hold! What's that up ahead?
That's Jaina.
Up ahead! It's Lady Proudmoore! Looks like we've secured the Lord Admiral. I'll signal the Ebon Blade to advance.
Thank the light you found us.
Thrall. He looks like he's had better days.
A long road lies before us.
Oh, praise the light. I'd almost given up hope.
Is this all that remains of your forces? Yeah, getting here wasn't exactly the easiest thing, Jaina.
It's a relief to see friendly faces again, but we have little time for pleasantries. Thrall is wounded and we're being hunted by the denizens of this realm. We must seek shelter at once. Come, I believe I know of a place.
Control your power. Or we can't stay here. Can you walk, Thrall?
I will manage. Thank you for coming to my aid, Jaina.
Something's flying at us from above!
They found us. Be ready.
Struggle all you like, mortals. You cannot escape your fate.
We've heard that before. You're not the first to tell us that. And you won't be the last. Get over here!
Your chains will be eternal.
Yes, I've heard this before.
We're overrun. I'm getting us out of here.
Yeah, you go ahead and work on that, Jane. I'll just, hold them off. Woo!
Left some mere images behind to keep them distracted. The illusion won't hold for long. Hurry!
Look at all the acknowledgement of all the different spells that a mage uses in gameplay by Jaina here. All the different little inside jokes here.
The way forward will not be easy.
Those images will keep our foes distracted for a time, but they will not give up their pursuit so easily. We must make haste.
You need something.
I will.
There's a cave not far from here. If we hurry, we can seek refuge. Those fiends will give chase if they spot us. Be prepared for a fight.
The Alliance will endure.
On your mark, we'll break for the cave nearby. Are you ready? I'm ready, Jaina.
We all have our ghosts. There's a cave just around the bend. With any luck, we can reach it before they notice.
Let's hope so. Our captors won't be pleased you managed to slip past them again.
You will not evade our grasp, mortals.
Well, there goes our luck.
Knights, secure the cave! We'll hold off these fiends!
So much for remaining
Look at
unnoticed.
Thrall going all Bladestorm on them.
What did Thrall mean by slip past them again? We've escaped before.
Indeed. I've broken free countless times, only to end up back in a cage. I've hidden inside this cave before. We can't stay long, but it should buy us a little time.
Another ambush! Bring them down!
Did Darian just use the grasp ability that I have? I love that Darian is actually using other Death Knight abilities. But look, Thrall using Bladestorm. Love it.
Lord Admiral, before we found you, did you see any sign of the Night Lord?
Tyrande, here. No, I have not.
She leapt into the rift just ahead of us. She vowed to find Sylvanas Windrunner. At any cost.
That is troubling. An ancient ritual infused her with incredible power. I fear it may be growing beyond her ability to contain it.
Your cell awaits, mage. The jailer has plans for you.
I've had enough of your cages, fiend.
There is nowhere to run. Nothing escapes the law.
Sure, sure. Seven Blade, attack!
These allies of yours are insignificant. You will all end up in chains.
Not if we end you first!
It is useless to resist.
In here.
Whew. Well, we took him down.
We should be safe enough here for the moment. When you first arrived, I wasn't sure if you were even real, or if you were just another illusion meant to torment us. I was beginning to lose hope that I'd see anyone from our world again.
Jaina, how long have you and Thrall been here? Oh, hey, look, other players.
Make it quick.
Freeze-dried salted meat. Mmm, sounds tasty. Look at this. This was an add-on I found. You can actually now be able to do this to select how many stacks of something you want to buy. I love it. How many times have you wanted to buy something and you have to buy them individually one after the other? And you were just like, oh gosh, why can't I just type how many you want to buy? There you go. It was an add-on I found that was just like, oh, I love this. So, we finally have a moment to breathe. So, when we return, we will be finding out more about what's been happening here from Jaina and Thrall, and see what we can do about escaping the Maw. Stay tuned.